nonprofit leaders, you have been watching my content on major gifts. You're here because you believe major gifts could transform your budget, but you might still feel like you're winging it. Maybe you've tried donor dinners, random stewardship touch points, or even hired consultants, but you're still in this feast or famine mode. You have generous people in your orbit, but no real system to move them forward. So here's what is actually happening. In the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you the exact system I use to help nonprofit leaders like you go from I'm not sure I should ask or what to say or what to do to like confidently closing 5, 6, and 7-figure gifts without the guesswork, the burnout, and without winging it. So this is the same roadmap that I've used to help leaders like you replace last-minute scrambling with structured, donor-centered strategies that actually move you toward major gifts. So my name's Mary. I am a major gift strategist who have spent years inside small, mid-sized, and even large nonprofits where you're expected to do all the things, right? Like events, grants, board management, and then still somehow land these 6-figure gifts. I've helped hundreds of mission-driven fundraisers cut through the noise, stop under-asking, and actually lead their organization with strategy and clarity, not stress. I used to work with organizations where major gifts meant hoping a rich person would write a check, like after an event. I watched passionate leaders feel small in donor meetings because they didn't have the tools. And then I realized major gifts aren't magic. They're math, messaging, and momentum. And once I built this framework, everything changed. Now, this system isn't for everyone. It's really a perfect fit if you're leading fundraising at a nonprofit with an annual budget of anything over $500,000, and you want to stop living on like last minute miracles. You know where your major donors are and you know they're in your world. You just don't know how to get them on board. If you're ready to follow a plan, not download one more checklist that you're never going to implement, but if you're ready to actually implement something, here's how major gift momentum works. First, you have to focus on the right portfolio. So together, we would define who belongs in your top 20. So there's no more guessing or people pleasing. And if you aren't pursuing the right prospects, you cannot be successful with major gifts. You should only be working the best 20 prospects that you hope to close this fiscal year. Second is to package your asks. You want to use clear, compelling collateral that makes donors say, like, oh, I can see myself in this story. Additionally, I want to help you position unrestricted giving as the most strategic investment a donor can make. Third, you want to move and cultivate with purpose. So you're going to stop doing random touches and start building real momentum toward the ask with permission-based scripts and strategies that feel good to both you and the donor. And then the fourth and final step is to solicit with confidence. So ideally, you walk into these donor meetings with a bold but respectful ask, a clear number, and a very calm, compelling way that invites leadership level gifts without apologizing, without discounting, or without rushing the moment. Now, this framework works because it replaces vague advice with actual structure. So you're going to stop stalling and start seeing movement. So here's what I'm offering. If you really want to learn a lot more about these 4 steps, I have a free webinar you can watch. It's pre-taped, so you can actually watch it whenever you want on your schedule. And if you've been wanting a deeper breakdown, real examples, and a better way to structure your major gift strategy, this is it. So in the last few months, I have helped one executive director go from having 0 major gifts to closing her first $100,000 pledge. I helped a development director stop under soliciting, and she actually doubled her average major gift. And a small organization in Florida with no dedicated fundraising staff raised more in the last 3 months than they had the previous entire fiscal year. If you want your calendar, pipeline, and frankly, your organization's bank account to reflect your values, not your panic, click below and watch this webinar.